We're gonna go ahead and install those motor mounts. I won't wear any more Tar Heel shirts. If I bend it, guys, that'll be another video.
Placing a crankshaft.
My money does not come all from YouTube. I was struggling. I have some bad news. Hello and welcome to Gearhead 704. I'm Matt, and today we are back on the SSP project. In case you're new to the channel, I do have an SSP, an 88 SSP I'm rebuilding, which you can definitely see. Well, you know what? I'll show you real quick. Ta-da! There's the SSP. For some reason, I got some other friends to follow me out here. But what we're doing today, well, let me go back inside and I'll show you. Okay, and we're back inside. So what do I have today? Well, obviously this motor is going in the car. I've got some new parts to show you guys. I've got some original new old stock motor mounts. Check this out, guys. New old stock from Ford. This one's for the left. Over here, we got this one for the right out of the Ford box. How could I get these new old stock parts, you may ask? Well, I am at Fox Mustang Restoration. You can kind of see there. And that's kind of their gig. That's one of the things they do. So they do have some more of these. If you really need the stock motor mounts, you can definitely hit their website up or contact them. They do have those. And yeah, if you need them, they got them. But right here, I've got the motor mounts I pulled off the car. Not the motor mounts, these are the brackets, excuse me, the brackets that the motor mounts connect to. Those have been pulled off my car. This is just some extra, you know, I got a ground strap. These are to help the fuel rails stay in. Oh, if you saw the last video, I had this bracket here that the fuel rails connect into, and I didn't have the right nut, so it was giving me all kinds of problems. Did finally get that. Of course, the motor is cleaned up as well. That was also in the last video. And I do have a couple of other things we're gonna do today. One is we're all about Ford parts here, because why not, right? If you can get the Ford part, definitely go for it. Nothing like Motorsport brand. But anyway, I have a Ford Motorsport distributor cap, which does happen to match my Ford Motorsport plug wires. That is a really loud bird. Anyway, and the other thing we've got is I got what I need for our rear main seal. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna find out where that bird's at. No, I don't know. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put on the motor mounts today, attach those, and also do the rear main seal, and maybe something else if I have time. But yeah, pretty much we're close to getting the car back in the engine, guys. This is just another how-to video. I hope you guys are enjoying those. Honestly, they haven't really been getting a ton of views. Views on the how-tos have been a little down, but the engagement has actually been pretty good. What do I mean by engagement? Well, you guys commenting, liking, all that. So I'm glad that you guys that are watching these are enjoying them. I'm certainly enjoying bringing them to you. So anyway, enough talking. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna start getting those motor mounts on, and yeah, we'll see how that works out. Should be fun. Never done it before. Again, if you're new to the channel, it's my first time. I'm learning a lot of this stuff, but I am having fun doing it. And yeah, let's get to it. I was all set up and about to get to work, and I forgot, you know, you guys are probably wondering why I'm replacing the distributor cap, right? Because there's one right here and it says Motorcraft. Well, this is the old one, okay? So this one's been on there a long time. There's also an old rotor button under there. The only reason I had this one on here is when I did the spark plug wires, I didn't have the new distributor cap yet. So that's why I'm doing that. I'm sure that you guys might have been confused about that, or at least wondering. So I just wanted to point that out real quick. Now we're actually getting into the time lapse and going to work on this. All right, not much has really been done so far in the video, but in real time, a lot's been done. So we've got the new distributor cap on. I did put dielectric grease in all these connectors, as you guys saw, new rotors in there. But what I spent the most time on here was this bracket. Now, a lot of times this bracket doesn't go back on. It holds the fuel rails, and I was having some trouble there getting these fuel rails to snap in. Matt had an idea of using one of the spark plug wires to actually cause some pressure, but that way we wouldn't bend the rail. And you see how it keeps these away from the head here. I mean, I think it's much nicer look as well, and that's what the purpose was for these. So got these on there. I did want to highlight one more thing too. So fuel rails where they connect up here. For me, I don't know if you guys can see that, I'm wearing a black glove. Yeah, you gotta see it. But I was snapping these on also, which helps keep it in. I didn't realize these are different sizes. For any of you guys that don't know, these are different sizes. So that was new to me. One's a little bigger. The bigger one goes down here. I'm gonna snap these on real quick. Obviously I've done this before. Well, dropping it is always fun. Here we go though, it should just snap on for me. Yep, there we go. nice and tight. And I noticed the, I put the bigger one on here and it was very loose. And this is why I've still got tape on here, guys, so I don't drop that down into my engine. Okay. That's still a little bit looser than I would like. I have a couple more. Let me see if it makes any difference. There we go. Yep. That one fit nice and tight. So maybe they're all different sizes. Of course, you need some for the bottom too, right? These O2 could be for the bottom. You really want that nice snap. I've still got these covered up when I clean the engine, but this will connect into the fuel rails on the chassis and going along underneath the car there. All right, before we jump into time lapse, there is another thing I want to point out. So last time when I wanted to clean the engine, I just had to plug it up. It didn't have all the parts I needed. So I stuck in some of the old parts, like the old distributor cap. You can see right here, I stuck in an old PCV valve and grommet. Now, Fox Mustang Restoration does also sell these PCV valves and the grommets. The thing I want to highlight though is the grommet itself. Matt has had a lot of problems with the aftermarket ones. Matt's the co-owner here at Fox Mustang Restoration. Been in a lot of the other videos if you haven't seen those. I got a new old stock PCV valve grommet that I'm going to use. They do sell them, and if you want a grommet that actually works, maybe you should look at getting new old stock. So I just like to highlight things like that because a lot of people do ask, you know, what does Fox Mustang Restoration sell? They don't sell performance parts. So if you're looking, you know, for some aftermarket performance parts, you're not going to find it here. But if you want to restore your Fox body to how Ford originally made it, you're going to find a lot of parts here, and that's what they do. So Matt's kind of helping me out with this build. Not kind of, he is. But on my build, we're not going completely stock, and so that's why we have to get some aftermarket parts like fuel pressure regulator here. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead, put the PCV valve in, then we're going to flip the motor over. I'm going to get right into the motor mounts. I'll probably catch up with you guys right at that point. PCV valve installed. That grommet was so much easier taking that old one out. Of course, we did wrap Teflon around the old one because we were trying to seal it up really good, but wasn't needed. What I do want to highlight for you guys now, finally, the major point of the video, we're going to go ahead and install those motor mounts. I got those new old stock motor mounts. Let me just show you how that orientation works because I was just learning about it myself. What's cool about these, so this is not the motor mount, this is just the bracket which came off my car, but these are labeled too. You can see I've got an R right there, which is passenger side. That's going to be this side right here. So these are going to go like, remember here correctly, here we go, like that. And then you see we've got two holes here for the bolts to go through. So let me show you guys that. This is our new old stock motor mount. Again, it stamps with an R, so you know it's you know, right, left, passenger, driver. See, look, we got two bolts here as well. So this is how these are going to mount up. This is going to go in towards the oil pan. We've already checked it on one of the other cars here, which that's pretty handy to have other Fox bodies around. So here we go. It's going to basically mount up like that. Now I'm going to have to pull this off and actually do it, but I just wanted to point out to you guys how that's going to look. The other side, the same thing. This is going to mount into the K member. That's where that's going to go. But yeah, so that's how you can figure out that orientation. I mean, they make it easy for you, right and left. I'd never done motor mounts before, so figured I'd share with you guys. I'm gonna go ahead, do this on the table, time lapse it, same way on the other side, L with L, and putting this gold guy in here. Probably has a more technical term name. I checked with management here and they told me this was an absorber. So it's probably gonna help us with ride, right? Yeah, okay. Matt's right behind the camera.
It helps with acceleration because when the motor torques, it'll pull against that. It keeps it from overstressing the other part of the mount.
It helps with acceleration when the motor torques. It keeps from overstressing with that. In case you didn't hear that, I stole that from Matt. Tap that hole. Guys, I stopped in the middle of putting the motor mounts on, and you might want to know why. You may have picked it up already because I did have it in the time lapse there, but these holes, they were a little crunchy with the bolts going in. You know, it was tough to get the bolts in there. What did I do? That's right, the importance of tapping that hole. If you haven't seen that video, I'll throw one of those cards right there. Probably, hopefully it went the right way. Sometimes I mess that up. But yeah, definitely check that out if you don't know why I did that. Anyway, back to installing the motor mounts. Guys, look, the motor mounts are on. We're looking pretty good now. Got a couple of stock NOS motor mounts, new old stock, right, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome that you guys are selling these now. So
they will fit and work correctly.
Yeah, imagine that. But what we're doing right now is I've got Matt right here. He's going to show me a little bit about the rear main seal. We are going to replace that in this video today too.
What we're going to do is we're going to describe what this is first. So if you remember on the harmonic balancer, you had a rough surface on the shaft of that balancer with a seal road, and that's why we replaced it, right? Crankshafts do the same thing. However, it's a lot harder to replace a crankshaft than it is a harmonic balancer. They have something called a seal saver. So here's a rear main. This is just the stock rear main. It's a Velcro rear main that we're going to tap in, right? But you can see this has a little extra lip. There's something on this crankshaft. They've already installed a seal saver. So here's one brand new. It's basically a couple thousandths thick layer of steel that you hammer on there, and then that gives the seal a brand new surface to ride against. So it's not ideal, but compared to replacing a crankshaft, that's the only issue with it, it's a pretty good deal.
Right, to replace the crankshaft, we have to take it out.
Right,
so that's a little bit of work.
This new one here, it's nice and smooth, uniform surface, right? It's especially this lip right here, and there is a lip. You'll notice there's a straight edge right here, and then there's a lip.
Yeah, I see the lip.
So the lip obviously is going to go towards the outside, towards the transmission, and that's what this little piece where it wraps around the crankshaft, that's that lip.
Yeah.
Got this little piece of like just plastic here, right?
Is that a Ford tool?
This is actually made by Felpro for the Felpro seal saver.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so I got this at O'Reilly's.
Wow.
And I think it was like 40 or 50 bucks, but you know, I'm not going to do it just one time. I do it repeatedly, so it's worth it to me. So anyway, you can see how it's offset, right? You got this step in here.
Yep.
Simply goes in like that. You'll put it over the crankshaft, you'll hammer it on, and this keeps it from misshaping when it's going on. This is what you want to use. Honestly, even if the surface looks good, if I do a rear main, because you do a rear main, you're pulling the transmission, the flywheel, or the flex plate, whatever you got. If you're doing a rear main, there is no reason not to install this just to make sure it doesn't leak. Because I've actually done, when I started using these, it was a car that I put a rear main in, drove it down the road, came back a week later with the rear main leaking. And sure enough, I pulled it off and there was a tiny little groove that I missed.
You're just missing this sleeve here.
I didn't install this sleeve, and ever since I did that car, every single rear main I do gets one of these, and I haven't had a problem since.
And these cars are notorious for rear main leaks. I wonder if this is one of the reasons why.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Even if they do know about this, people don't know how to install it correctly.
Right. Well, we'll find out. He was explaining all that because guess what? Yours truly gets to do it. So we'll see if I am able to do it without bending it up. And if I bend it, guys, that'll be another video. Okay. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling getting that rear main off, as you guys could tell. I tried multiple methods, but the one that proved fruitful was the very last one. And of course, Matt gave me the idea. So what I did, I knocked the screwdriver in kind of between this wall and the seal, this small tiny screwdriver, and just pried on it a little bit. Once I had that there, I was able to get this tool, which is a very helpful tool, up and around it and pop it out. So that was the key. Like I said, I tried a lot of different methods. At one point I tried sticking a screw in there, and I was gonna use a wrench to pull the screw out. I tried using just this tool, but I could not get it up under there in order to pull it out, but that works. Just creating myself like a little notch to pull on, perfect. So if you're also struggling taking a rear main seal out, that happens to be what worked for me. Can't guarantee it's gonna work for you, but yeah, finally it's out. I'm ready to go ahead with the install and put the new one in, and I'm tired. I'm sweating, guys. It's hot. Summer is basically here, it feels like, and it's just gonna get hotter from here. But anyway, let me go ahead, install the seal, and we're gonna do it just exactly the way Matt described, so I'll be using that special tool to go ahead and put that retainer in as well. Well, guys, I have some bad news. As you know, we're about to install the rear main seal, and remember this part, the new repair sleeve? Let me show you guys. This is a press fit, okay? So let's see. Look how easy it goes, and it spins around there. So That is no bueno, no bueno. So what does that mean? It means we've reached the end of the video. I checked locally, or actually Matt checked for me, to see if we could get this part in today, and we cannot get it in, unfortunately. It's not gonna get here till Monday. I only work on this once a week. In case you guys didn't know, my money does not come all from YouTube. This is not my main job. This is just a hobby of mine, so I'm only out here once a week. Yeah, so I'll have to come back next week to finish this repair install, unfortunately. But I am gonna bring that to the channel for you guys. Sometimes just little things like this, a cheap little part, can slow your whole build down, and it's real. It's real, guys. That's what this channel is all about. As you know, if you've been watching for a while. If you haven't been watching for a while, I hope you're enjoying it, because this is normally what we do, how-to stuff and just reality. Really appreciate all you guys that are sticking here for the how-tos. Like I said, the interaction, like I said at the beginning of the video, the interaction has been great on these. Even though they're not getting a lot of views, the guys of you that are watching this, you seem to really like this content. So that makes me really happy. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. Oh, before I do, you might have noticed the shirt. I didn't say anything about it until right now, but normally I wear a Carolina Tar Heel shirt. But today I was like, you know what? I'm finally gonna mix it up, guys. So on purpose, I didn't bring a Tar Heel shirt. I think it's the first time it's ever happened on the channel. There's been other times where I've worn a non-Tar Heel shirt, but I always started at the video at least. So this is the first one. Who knows? Maybe this will be in the thumbnail. Maybe it'll get more clicks. I won't wear any more Tar Heel shirts. No, I don't think that's gonna happen. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're stopping in for the first time, I do upload 2 times a week, every Sunday and Wednesday, so you can count on that content. But appreciate you subscribing. And that actually does really help me out. You know, if you guys wanna support me on the channel, hitting the like button, subscribing, commenting, all that things, they really do help a YouTuber out. What happens is when you do those things, YouTube shows your video more to more people, because it means you've got good interaction. So that's why we always ask for that, in case you didn't know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll see you next time on Gearhead 704. It's a really large bird. Wow, large bird, wow. Now, you can't hear the sound, so. There we go, right on cue. Anyway, I'm gonna put the PCV out, PCV valve. You want a PCV valve? I don't. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna find out where that bird's at. No, I don't know. I might have to shoot the bird. No, I don't condone shooting birds.